April 5th.
You must be very careful, Margaret. It's the girl.
Witness the birth.
Bad things will start to happen. Evil things.
Of evil.
It's all for you. No, don't.
The first omen.
I believe the girl is to be the mother.
Mother of what?
Is the most terrifying.
666 is the mark of the devil.
Movie of the year.
It's not real. What's not real? Who said that?
The first omen. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters April 5th. Get tickets now.
Survivor 46 is here, and so is On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast, and we have a twist this season. The winner of Survivor 45, Dee Valladares, will be joining us every week.
We're going behind the scenes of the biggest moments, the how and the why things happen, and the strategy and analysis you can only get from someone like me, a Survivor winner.
Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Ewan McGregor stars as Count Alexander Rostov in A Gentleman in Moscow, the new limited series based on the best-selling novel. Stream it with the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan. Visit ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
David Yontef returns to the podcast, and we discuss Karen Huger's DUI arrest that initially was thought to be a car crash. Now it's a confirmed DUI arrest. Is this going to hurt her chances of coming back to RHOP? In fact, we actually think it will help it. Get ready for RHOP to return, and Giselle helps Karen Huger get her life back together. Could it be? Could it be? We'll discuss that. Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset's husband is arrested twice for a domestic violence incident. One for throwing a bottle at her, missing, hitting their child who had to be transported via ambulance, and then for violating the separation order. He comes back to their property, is arrested again. Christine Quinn is reportedly getting ready to file for divorce, but they have not spoken publicly. Neither Christine or her husband. David and I get into all that. And of course, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Cameras back up. Annemarie not coming back, even though I was rooting for our girl. She's not coming back. So we speculate as to why that might have been. Here's David. David Yontef, we have breaking news left and right here today.
Last week, I heard something happen that you want to talk about.
Oh my God. We've had breaking news over the
breaking news from a week ago, but tell us what it is because we haven't talked about it yet.
Well, Karen Huger involved in a serious car crash in Montgomery County.
Is she okay?
She's okay, yeah. But apparently the car was basically totaled. I'm sorry, the Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset drama with her husband. Actually, you know what? He's not as hideous as I first thought. But
he wasn't hideous on the show.
Really? Okay, because I know you're
he was no great shakes, but he wasn't so bad for all the money he has. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's actually a nice photo of him. Did you see, though, the pictures of him being arrested for this domestic violence incident? He's hideous, darling.
Last week, he got arrested. Apparently, he threw a bottle with glass at Miss Quinn, and it hit the baby. And then someone said the baby was fine. Another person said the baby was rushed to the hospital. This is we got to investigate this one a little more.
Look at this. I'm sorry. I don't care if you have $1 billion. Are you waking up to that? You're telling me you're sucking that off? I guess.
Look,
for that
Christine.
Money. I mean, are you seeing this? Like how he was arrested? No.
Honey, her fashion budget is like, she just kills it on. I mean, Christine Quinn, I don't think misses being on the Netflix show. She is just at every front row.
He didn't know he was getting arrested. He couldn't have gotten a pair of pants on.
Honey, I think when they come to arrest you, I mean, the one time I was arrested, nobody told me that the police were coming to the door.
What were you?
You know what I mean?
You dropped.
Honey, everyone's been arrested. Come on. I mean, I'm a free woman, aren't I? Look, you always get arrested for something. No one took me away. They just said, do you want to come with us? I didn't realize you didn't have to open the door and say no. So then I called the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, you're like there, like you're in the police and you're with your
Miss
phone.
Yontef, back up.
He's like, are you arrested or are you not? I'm like, I don't know. They knocked on my door and I said, sure, I'll go wherever you want to go. You know, that's all.
Miss Yontef, back up. First
Darling,
of all,
we have actual gossip to get into
no,
other than Miss
you
Yontef here.
cannot tell us about the time that you were arrested and the police showed up and not tell us what it was for. What were you arrested for? Were you arrested for domestic violence?
No, no dress. No, don't come after me because I'll come after you. And it's not even like I threaten things. If you come after me, I'm going to come after you. And some people don't like that. They say it's harassment or whatever. Well, don't come after me because I'll make your life fucking miserable. Okay. That's all.
Oh, I should know this. You're kind of in that mob world. Okay, I got it.
During the jail thing.
All right.
But then listen, I had the phone and I'm just like, the lawyer's like, I don't understand. Like, you're in a room by yourself. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, the door's not open. I can't just go have a martini here. He's like, but you're with your phone? Like, you're just sitting there calling me, chatting away. He's like, I don't think it's that serious, but we do have a legal issue here, Miss Yontef. And when you are let go from this police establishment, why don't you come and find me? So then I went to the lawyer. So it all went away.
My God, I didn't realize you could also audition for Mob Wives. I didn't know you.
I mean, listen. Sometimes at the end of the day, it was just a nuisance that I had to spend $1 to make go away. You know what I mean?
Well,
really,
sweetie. I mean, someone must have thought they were in danger. I don't think I can just call up and say, "Could you arrest Miss Yontef today?" For I think things must have gotten heated.
Listen, honey. The bottom line is, before we move on, I've said it before. People think I just say things. People think I make things up. Just don't fuck with me, okay? Please. Just please don't go there, everybody. And everyone will be fine.
We will move on because we have a lot of housewives, but this is
it's very interesting with Miss Quinn.
No, it is. Look, the amount of people in domestic situations, I don't believe that they are well. I feel like drugs or alcohol have to, people hit each other sober all the time, but this is very sad. And to me, I'm a mom, you guys know I really want to be a mom again. But when you get your babies involved, they know, even at a young age of 2 and 3, I mean, they know what's happening in the house. They feel it, they sense it. And for them to get to a point where he threw a bottle that then injured their child that had to be transported by ambulance and he's arrested, you're not in a good place. You are not in a good place. And my guess is that's not the first time that it escalated to that point. So this is terrible.
It's not good. I mean, Christine is just fucking epic. She's epic. I think she's one of the best reality stars ever. And she is gorgeous. So I understand your point about him, her being with someone less favorably attractive. And it is horrible. And I hope that it all goes okay, I do. Hope it all works out.
I mean,
her.
I'm with a bald man, so what do I know? But I don't know. When he was arrested, and I guess when you're arrested and you're in your bathrobe and you don't have your contacts in, it's a whole different thing. But I'm sorry, pass. Like, that's okay. So I have a black
again
Amex.
For anyone being arrested. I don't think they always give you a heads up, we're coming.
I love men so much, but I think over the past couple of days I've been watching. Men are my weakness usually. But I've been so grossed out by men. Now I know why Kyle's a lesbian. I mean, have you been watching? I've been watching that documentary, Quiet on Set. I mean, the men are so gross in that. I mean, Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider. Now, did he? God. I know he went after Drake Bell. Did he go after girls too? Was it ever?
Dan Schneider has never been accused of sexual misconduct. He's been accused of bullying in the workplace, being highly inappropriate, and basically, over the years, everybody on the documentary said that this Dan Schneider did these skits with these underage kids that pushed the line, basically with all these cum shots. Like, they were always getting quote unquote slimed, but like the girls were getting these like Jamie Lynn Spears. Like, they always like had like a cum shot to the face. And Dan, they would all, behind the scenes, the whole crew that was over the age of 18 would be laughing hysterically. And if you didn't laugh,
I remember the Nickelodeon slime. I mean,
but he is.
I never thought that was a cum shot. It's just slime to the face. That was supposed to be a cum shot.
Then there's a scene Ariana Grande where she's drinking a bottle of water upside down in a tank top and the water spilling all over her chest. Now, look, I think in the context of the entire show episode, I don't think you think these things are inappropriate. But then when people talk about Dan Snyder being a weird ass on the set, being difficult to work with, retaliating against employees that didn't go along with his antics, including one female writer. He wanted her to pitch a skit to him while being bent over a table and pretending she was being sodomized. Like, I mean, he's such...
Well, that's a little inappropriate for the workplace.
I call him the no-Zempic, been on Ozempic doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Applin and his wife who founded My Optimal Body. I am so happy about this. These are the first mindful eating-based doctors I have ever partnered with. They see patients nationwide, and they are seeing more patients who have been on Ozempic, and Ozempic has failed for them. What makes My Optimal Body so unique, and why am I endorsing them? It's because Dr. Applin actually looks at food additives, your addiction to food, your mental health. They do a whole look at you, including your gut health. Many of Dr. Applin's patients are working out, restricting their diets, and still gaining weight. Why is that? Because something's going on in your body and with your mind. Visit myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. Be sure to tell them the Sarah Fraser Show sent you so you can qualify for a free personalized assessment, plus a bonus free 30-day supply of their gut repair product when you sign up for a customized plan. Again, that's myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. And people actually, on our podcast, people actually commend us for not talking about people's appearances. They like that. So I don't want to go there. But recently, I've seen so many hideous men. And I think to myself, Dan Snyder is a hog. And I'm sorry, I could never. And everybody, at the time, 20 years ago, he's a genius. He's a genius. It just, I don't know. I guess I worked in radio with men that looked a lot like Dan, and they were so gross. And they would never get any normal woman in the real world, except for they carved out their niche of power, and they're just slovenly and disgusting with teeny peckers, and they somehow succeed. And Dan Snyder is so nasty. And these poor girls, everybody would have to pretend that they loved him, and he was a genius, and he was a huge hog. Ugh, I'm sorry. And now I will not talk about his appearance. I'll move on.
I wish you the best of luck in tracking down Kyle and pursuing your newfound love of the ladies, thanks to Dan Snyder. So I support your decision. Thank you, everyone listening to the podcast. According to Sarah, you like that we don't judge looks. I really don't. I mean, it's an object. I've said before, I discriminate. When I want to stick my tongue down someone's mouth, I discriminate based on looks and body, but as human beings, I don't. Where do you want to start? You know what I find very interesting is, where do you want to start? I mean, do you want to start with, I want to start with NeNe and Porsha, believe it or not.
Oh, you read my mind. I was going to say to you, NeNe Leaks, victim or victorious, okay?
Did you read the text messages?
I did.
Apparently.
What do you
between
make
her
of
and
this?
Porsha? Well, she's got a job. So first of all, good. That's good. I don't think NeNe will ever be back on Bravo. I don't think NeNe will ever be back on NBC. But she just hosted the Bad Girls Club reunion a few weeks ago. Now she's on the Upshaws. Kim Fields, Atlanta. We're tying it in. So look at Miss Kim Fields coming back. It's a job. NeNe's professional. She shows up. She's going to do a scene with Porsha. It's a job. It's a check for all of them. I've said before, I could film a scene with anybody as long as the check clears. I don't care. It is work. If it's not work, it is separate. I truly don't intersect work. I have no feelings. So NeNe shows up. She's in hair and makeup. She's doing the job. And the next thing you know, Porsha is not coming to the job. Miss Williams does not want to film the scene with her. They replace her, I believe, with Miss Bailey. NeNe said Cynthia Bailey. And NeNe now goes to her Instagram and does this video where she seems truly heartbroken and upset. And tell us about these text messages, because now we're releasing text messages between her and Porsha, where it turns out, Porsha feels that she wasn't there to support her during the divorce. Talk to us, Sam.
Well, NeNe, it looks like, reaches out first and says, I am shocked that you did not want to work with me on the Netflix set. I thought we were cool. I fought for you on RHOA during one of your first divorces to stay on the show, especially as a single mother. I went to bat for you. and hear you. Why would you not show up for me and be professional? And that's when she wrote back and she said, it's a lot deeper than you're making it out to be. Sounds like Simon, Porsha's soon-to-be ex-husband, and NeNe's on-again, off-again current boyfriend have a relationship. And that Porsha feels as though NeNe and her man took Simon's side, and that NeNe did not reach out to Porsha when the news broke of their divorce. And NeNe says, I was trying to give you space. I didn't want you. And Candy, our girl Candy Burris, has said this too.
Miss Burris, yes.
I didn't reach out to Porsha because even though I'm not a part of the show, I didn't want her to feel like I was pumping her for information. And Miss Leaks used kind of a similar situation or scenario comparison. And Porsha was not happy with that response and says it goes a lot deeper than that. So, and
could it go
Porsha,
a lot deeper that Porsha is getting divorced from the cash cow? And Porsche has a new cash cow, and it's called Daddy C, Daddy Cone. And by the way, Andy is not affected by this at all. Nobody has spoken to Andy behind the scenes at Watch What Happens and says, keep your dick in your pants. Because, Brandy is claiming this. McSweeney is claiming coke. Keep your dick in your pants. Andy seems to be just as wild as ever, because when Lucas Gage was just on, he said, you're going to have a total hard on for this movie that's coming out with Jake Gyllenhaal. And Andy's like, yeah, I'm going to be bricking, man. I'm going to be bricking the whole time. It's like porn. Or Lucas said that, but they're not cutting back. Could it be that Porsche is what's really happening is Bravo, and Porsche is saying, I got my $1 million check back and I don't need Simon, and I don't want to be seen next to the devil NeNe, because NeNe is persona non grata behind the gates of Bravo. And me, Porsche, wants to keep my $1 million because the RHOA is in the fucking toilet and I'm finally allowed back in. I mean, is that possible? I'm actually asking.
No,
everybody.
I actually feel like that is actually 100% accurate, that she wants to distance herself. That's the first thing I thought of when she refused to shoot with NeNe, is she has cut all ties and she doesn't want Daddy Cohen to think for 1 second, because it's great to see NeNe working again. You and I talked in depth about how much we love Miss Leaks, and she should call us and take, our upcoming podcast course and consulting options, because she should be distributing her own show at a very low cost, and she would be number one on the charts, because unfortunately Wendy Williams is never coming back. So, but Miss Leaks was so lost in that sad interview with Bethany. So it's good to see NeNe working. I like this little tidbit of drama, but I agree with you 100%. I think it's like, oh, nope, I just signed a new deal. And I think that RHOA is going to be leaning very hard on Porsha Williams to bring it, because they're in trouble in that franchise. I mean, they've even gotten rid of our girl Marlo Hampton, who was on for many years, and Marlo fought so hard to get that peach. So there's a lot riding on Porsha, and I think Porsha, this gig for several $1,000s, whatever it was, ain't not worth the opportunity she's going to have with Bravo.
I agree. I do agree. And I do think the RHOA is in trouble. Anyone that doesn't think so, I don't know what state of denial you're in. It's 2024. We are in a new year, guys. You got to get with it. Porsha and Kenya leading the series. I have some hope, but, I'm not overly optimistic, but I've got some hope. So I agree. So good for you, NeNe. Porsha, just be honest next time. And that is that. What do you think that, I have this new theory about Beverly Hills. Could it be possible that Kathy, and I don't think it's because of the reunion, but I like how Kathy said, I was coming for her, Sutton. She faked it. Look, it's kind of like, you can tear down your family, but people from the outside can't. And the minute the people from the outside can tear down your family, you are going to defend your family like a mama bear, even though you got to just fought with your family. What if Kathy comes back? And what if And then we'll talk about all these rumors that are circulating that they're circling around Rinna. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. But what about if Kathy comes back and instead of the Kathy tear down, we've never seen, we saw Kim and Kyle at odds for a lot of the show. We saw Kathy and Kyle at odds for a lot of the show. What if Kathy comes back and she's united with Kyle? And it's, here she is. And nothing is resolved between Kyle and Dorit. And nothing is really resolved currently between Kyle and Sutton, even though they had a lunch. And Kathy is here to put Miss Sutton in her place. No one can step up to Sutton with her $300,000 a month, but Kathy can. And Kathy will have her sisters back because that Sutton said, you have 2 sisters you already lost. And that's what Kathy was coming after Sutton for. You don't put Kathy's name in your mouth, Sutton.
Ooh.
Now, I like Sutton. I like everybody. I'm just saying, I don't know what these producers are planning, but couldn't that be something they should be planning, that Kathy returns and she is Kyle and Kathy together? There's no family drama. I've already seen the family drama with her and Mauricio. She's got a lot to say, that Mauricio. We have a rat in the corner scurrying, and her name is Tamara. And now we've got some woman over here that has a lot to say, and her name is Mauricio. So what about if Kathy, what do you think of that? Kathy comes back and helps Kyle put something in her place. And you know what? It saves your job, Dorito. It saves your job because she ain't so happy with you either these days.
I think, yeah.
What do you think?
I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it.
Are you just saying that? You don't have to agree with me.
No, I actually agree with you on both.
You like that plan?
No, I think Kathy is back. Rinna is not. Now, you might have inside scoop. I don't. I do not think Rinna is coming back anytime. I don't think so. Because we're getting ready to pick cameras back up here in April, and I think it's too soon. I don't think the ratings were good enough. They were still pretty strong. We don't need Rinna. You know what I mean? We don't need
She's
Rinna.
not coming back. She's not coming back, everyone. And by the way, there's nobody from the past we're circling, okay? Denise came back at epic scene, upside down jacket. She goes on Watch What Happens, an upside down jacket. It doesn't matter. Denise is not coming back. I love Donna Tachi, Grammar Meyer, love her, but she's not coming back. We're done with these past people. You know, maybe we'll sprinkle in a Kim. If we have Kathy there, we might sprinkle in Kim because everyone wants the show with the 3 sisters. So we might have Kim appear onto, but I don't think we're going to see Donna Tachi. I don't think we're going to see Richard's Denise. I don't think we're going to see anyone from the past. We're not going there. And maybe Annemarie will lose her job. We'll swap out Annemarie for Kathy. I still think everyone might come back, though. I do. And I think we might just add Kathy. I don't know. And then that's it.
I think Kathy was at that reunion for a reason. And I think we've realized with Paris in Love season 2, Kathy loves to be on television. You would think with all the money, all the money and everything, but Kathy loves the limelight, loves it. So I think Kathy is back, maybe as a friend.
Who? Me? Love. That is the most absurd thing. I can't have someone banned from Beverly Hills. Meanwhile, she knows damn well she could have everyone on the damn street banned from Beverly Hills if she wanted.
I don't care. Kathy can do what she wants. I love my Kathy. So anyhow, I think Erica Jane is back. I think Sutton is back. Does Annemarie come back? Not sure.
Don't play coy. I don't know. I could see it both ways, girl.
I liked Annemarie. I actually thought Annemarie seemed very smart. I think seems very smart. Loves it. I love that she has a medical degree. I hope they give Annemarie one more season because I believe Annemarie's storylines were overshadowed by Marcellus and the alleged sexual assault allegations from his college days. I think that we probably got a lot edited out with him.
And she did the job. She wasn't afraid. I think
that was good.
I kind of feel justice for her too.
I like it. All right, love her or hate her, Miss Yontef will be back tomorrow. Or as some of the fans that don't love us call us, Oscar and Elmo. So Oscar and I'm Elmo. We'll be back tomorrow with more hot commentary on the latest in the Bravo world. And until then, forever grateful for so many of you who listen to the podcast. And if you want to keep the convo going, follow my TikTok at The Sarah Fraser Show or hop on the Reddit, reddit.com/r/The Sarah Fraser Show. Bye, everybody.